Welcome back to Naval News, everybody. Today's Naval News comes at us from U.S. Naval Institute News, usni.org. Go there to get all your naval news stories. This story is written by Mr. Jerzhan Mahaders, and he butchered his name. I'm sorry about that, sir. But congratulations on writing the great story. Russian Navy announces more major fleet exercises as drill ends with China and Iran. So they were doing naval exercises with those two countries. We talked about that a little bit last week. And now they've announced that they're going to be doing continued exercises all over the globe. And the story comes out of Malaysia. Russian Navy will conduct a series of exercises over the next few months with all of its fleet throughout their respective areas of operations, the Russian Defense Ministry announced on Thursday. This is the one that involves like 140 ships. It's insane. It's a lot of, it's basically the entire Navy, Russian Navy, is going to be going to sea at some point over the next few months in exercises. The Russian Navy Admiral Ervmanov will oversee the effort, which is in accordance with the Russian Armed Forces 2022 training plan. A series of exercises is meant to work out how the Russian Navy and Russian Air Force would protect Russian national interest in the world's oceans, as well as how to counter military threats to Russia from sea, according to Defense Minister release. The exercises will cover waters adjacent to Russian territory, as well as areas that are operationally important to Russia. Separate exercises will be taking place in the Mediterranean, northeastern part of the Atlantic, which is going on right now, the North Sea, the Okhotsk Sea, that's over on the Pacific side, Pacific Ocean, with over 140 warships and support vessels, along with 90 aircraft and 10,000 personnel participating. It's a huge exercise. And it's not all happening at once for whatever reason. It's happening over a period of months, January, February at least, maybe into March. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on this as it goes. Here's the Marshal Ustinov. This is a really cool ship. This ship's been around forever, man. This is as old as our Ticonderoga is, but they're keeping it. They can maintain their ships. I actually walked on the deck of that. That ship visited Boston, 1994. And I got to walk topside, meet all the Russian sailors. I traded $20 for some Russian pins, medals. Yeah, good times. I didn't speak Russian. He didn't speak English, but he spoke capitalism when I pulled out that money. And then he gave me his 2 ribbons off his chest. Good times. Anyway, so the Russian Pacific Fleet will include the Varyag and destroyer Tribets and replenishment ship Boris Butama. The ships on Friday completed the exercise in the Gulf of Oman. Wow, so they're going all the way around to the Gulf of Oman. So this is global. This whole exercise is everywhere. Indian Ocean, both Pacific and Atlantic Oceans as well. This is nuts. Russia has called the exercise Churu 2022, with Iran's name for the exercise Maritime Security Belt 2022, because they did do maneuvers with both China and Iran, but it's my understanding that those have come to an end. Here is what looks to be a kilo in the Sea of Japan here. Getting ready to fire some cruise missiles. I wonder if we can watch this video here. So there it is, just transiting. Oh, cool. Got some video from the inside. Submarine sailors going through the watertight hatches. Got to be careful not to bang your head. I'm sure they've been through that hatch enough that they're confident doing that. Nope. Better turn that off. Sorry if you heard music there. So these are Russian submarine sailors doing their thing. Very cool. Very cool stuff. All right, so the PLAN, this is the China now, 39th Escort Task Force, left its home base in Guangdao, Shandong province in September 26th, a few months ago, and is scheduled to be relieved by the 40th PLAN Escort Task Force, which includes a destroyer Hohhot and frigate Yin Yang and replenishment ship Liu Miu. The PLN Escort Task Force left home port of Zhangzing in Guangdong. All right, good for them. So everybody's at sea now, doing things all across the world. Russia's defense minister also announced Thursday news release, submariners RFS Volhov have conducted successful submerging and firing of the Caliber missile system. Yeah. In the Sea of Japan. That's what this video is showing us up here. Very cool stuff. So, yeah, Russia's out there doing a lot of things, and we're keeping an eye on them too. Like this story here out of Naval News. Credit to the Naval News staff who all contributed to this. This is one of the new Russian frigates This is one of the ones that I believe can fire the hypersonic missile. Remember, the Russian Navy is actually fielding their hypersonic missiles on their ships this year. So full 3 years before we're going to have ours operational. They've already got them operational. But this is a photo taken from a Norwegian P-3C maritime patrol aircraft tracks Russian surface group off Norwegian coast. During a regular patrol over Norway's surrounding areas, the Norwegian P-3 Orion MPA detected and observed a group of 5 Russian ships off the Norwegian coast. Here's a picture of what the plane looks like there. This might be a stock photo. It says Norwegian P-3C Orion took out a normal operation in the high north around noon. Oh, no, around midnight on Tuesday, January 25th, which took off from Andoya. Hey, we know those boys up there. Big shout out to the 333 out of Andoya. That's right. They're getting that P8 of Poseidon. Anyway, right now they're flying the P3s too. The total of 5 Russian naval vessels were identified by the P3s. Admiral Gorshkov frigate, which is what we just saw. Oh, and Utiloys. Oh, man. And a Slava. Oh, my gosh. And a Silva support class. Yeah. Utiloys, no joke, dude. Oh, here we go. We got some photos. Let's take a look at the photos here. All right. So this is a much higher resolution photo of the frigate. This is a very capable frigate, man. This is no joke. All right, here's this is the Slava class. This is a beautiful ship. So many weapons. So they got the the twin 100 millimeter cannon on the bow. These are, is it sandbox or shipwreck? I think these might be sandbox. I keep forgetting if it has shipwreck or sandbox missiles right here. These are RBUs, rocket bomb unit 6000s. These kill submarines are like depth charges. This is the captain's boat here. You don't mess with that. That's only for the captain. And here's the SAN-6 Gadfly, I believe. This is the air defense, basically. This is Bass Drum radar for, I believe it's a fire control radar there. And here's a helipad back here. You think such a big ship would have a bigger helipad, but it doesn't. Helipad for one helicopter right there. But this ship has a lot of firepower on it. This is like the surface version of the Oscar class submarine. Yeah. Very capable. Let's see if they have the Utiloy. This is definitely not the Utiloy. This is the little, this is the sea tug that goes with it. Yeah. So in case they break down or something, they can get repairs or they can get a tow from this ship. The Kuznetsov, every time it goes to sea, one of these ships is with it. Yeah. So they don't have a picture of the Utiloy apparently, which is a shame. Utiloy, beautiful ship. Yeah, so that's what's going on with Russia, man. They are going to sea a lot and doing this huge exercise right now, really ramping up their tempo. So I got jeans from JCPenney's. Thank you, JCPenney's. All right. What do you guys think? I think it's okay. You know, Russia can go to sea and deploy too, just like anybody else. One thing that we've always, stood for in terms of freedom of navigation is anybody can sail in international waters anytime they want. China can do it. Russia can do it. And as long as we all apply the same rules to each other, there's no conflict. So I honestly have no problem with any of this. Yeah. What do you guys think? All right. Hypersonic is game changing. It is to an extent. Like I shouldn't say that. We have limited ways of defeating a hypersonic weapon, and they're completely untested. So they may not work, but the hypersonic brings offensive warfare, whether it's naval or land combat, to a whole new level. It is a new generation of offense. Now the defense needs to catch up and figure out a way to defeat it or at least limit it in some way. Yeah. But I agree with your statement that hypersonic is a game changer. Yeah. Why does our Navy appear to be decreasing the amount of firepower? We have a lot of ships. We have 296 ships and submarines. And so that's still, other than China, one of the largest navies in the world. China actually has over 300 ships now. But Russia, they don't have a lot of ships like the Soviet Union had. They're trying, they're building them, but their shipyards keep catching on fire, and they have the same kind of maintenance problems that we have in terms of funding maintenance and stuff like that. So we'll see. The Belgorod is supposed to be coming out of dry dock and deployed to the Pacific Fleet this summer. And we'll keep an eye on that and see if that actually happens. Because that is the next game changer after hypersonic weapons, is when the Belgorod gets assigned to the Pacific Fleet and it has those Poseidon torpedoes. Yeah, it's over. Like there's no defeating that. So if we want to keep that from happening, we've got about 6 months to make up our mind. But based on what's happening in other places around the world, it seems like our mind's been made up for a while now that we're not going to do anything to prevent the Belgorod and the Poseidon from being deployed this summer permanently in the Pacific Fleet. That's where it's going. Yeah. The Zumwalt's can stealth be maintained properly? That's the thing, is the Zumwalt stealth has been over-exaggerated by the people building it and selling it to the United States. And then to cover or to excuse the cost, Congress has been flirting with the same numbers, saying, look how stealthy it is. When in reality, after it's at sea for just a few weeks, a lot of that stealth that it does have no longer works because the tiles fall off, rust and corrosion. For whatever reason, the thing becomes a rust bucket in like 14 days, the Zumwalt class. I don't know why, but we've seen pictures of it. It's really bad. Hey, thanks for gifting a sub there, Tricky. I see that. Okay, well, this has been Naval News talking about Russian deployments around the world. They are very active right now. And keep in mind, the Belgorod is the prize we're going to be watching this summer, 2022. Permanent deployment to the Pacific Fleet with the nuclear Poseidon missiles begins their service life. And that's a real game changer. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye. Have a good one.